Hi, everyone. It's my absolute honor to be on the summit and to share with you today. And I'm going to jump right in to the presentation. So my name is Dr. Emily Letran. I'm an international speaker, certified high performance coach, and best mom in the world. And it's my absolute honor to be here with you today. We're going to talk about how to be an ass kicker in your own economy. Uh, as you watch the speaker video, you know that I was born in Vietnam during the Vietnam War, and I had escaped from the country on a boat as one of those boat people back in the 80s, coming to the United States as a refugee. And I overcame a lot of challenges, the language challenge, the financial difficulty, and I went on to go to dental school, bought my first dental practice, the second one, sold the second one, bought the third one, it goes on and on. At this point, over the 32 years as a dentist, I have owned overall 8 practices. And I remember back in the old days, there was a day when I was cooking dinner, and my son, he was in second grade, he ran into the kitchen and he said, Mom, next week, Tuesday at 11 a.m., I want you to come and watch my recital. And it was a recorder recital. I don't know if you know the recorder, it's a terrible instrument, but I was frustrated because that meant I have to take time off from work and then go see him, watch a recital, and then come back to work. It's an interruption in my workday. So I called my daughter, she was 4 years older, and I said, Jennifer, I don't remember having to go to watch a recital concert when you were in second grade. And my daughter looked at me and she said, Mom, I did have a recital, but you just weren't there. And that was like a slap in the face because here I am, I have all these multi-specialty group practices and I'm busy and I got 3 kids and I'm thinking I'm doing a very good job. But at the same time, I miss a special moment in my daughter's life. And that's when I made the decision that I got to learn everything to be effective, to be productive, so I can be at work running successful businesses. And at the same time, I will never miss a special moment in my kid's life again. And, whether that is going to Disneyland or a trick or treat or visiting toy store. And, of course, the ultimate pride of a parent, um, attending their graduation. My son is a PharmD. And a year ago, I was honored to hood my daughter as she graduated from dental school exactly 30 years after mom. So I know you guys who are on the summit, you are the entrepreneurs, you are the crazy people who want to work 100 hours for yourself instead of working 40 hours for other people. Um, However you define success, that's what you're after. For me, success is having peace. Success is managing stress. Success is leveraging people, creating system to replace you. And success is having fun because hopefully we are not in this situation where you know you're going through several WTFs per hour. You're here on the summit because you want a change. You're at a turning point, and I want to give you some of the insights, some of the strategies to help you get to that next level. First thing, as a high performer, is you have to have clarity. Clarity is knowing your own values, knowing your non-negotiables. What are your goals? What's most important to you? Because when you know what's most important to you, you can say yes and follow that path, or you can easily say no, not being a people pleaser, and don't have the guilt that you said no to someone. When you are clear in what's important to you, you can put your foot on the brake or you can put your foot on the gas. The second thing about high performer is to have high energy. And what I mean by that is have the high energy and sustain it at the high level. Not in the morning when you come to work and then at 5 p.m. when you go home, you're just dragging your leftover energy home. I can't see you, but how many of you think that you need to have more sleep? Okay, how about you need to drink more water? How about you need to exercise more, right? If this was a live audience, I would have everybody get up and go do exercise. We have limited time right now, so just keep it in mind. exercise, move your body, take a break from work so you can retain and you can recharge that energy throughout the day. Smile. When you smile, you bring positive energy. You have a cranky coworker, you have a cranky boss, or maybe you're the cranky person. Try to smile more. When people come to my office, they see funny signs. All men are created equal. That is why women are in charge. Or in God we trust, all other pay cash, right? When they come in, they chuckle. They feel that this is a crazy office. This is a crazy dentist, but it's different. And some of you may have seen this kind of scene, right? You're walking through the airport, you have several people trying to charge their phone. They want to make sure that that phone is full. When was the last time that you actually take the time to recharge yourself? That you pause, you take a mini vacation, you take time for yourself, so you can recharge yourself. When was that time when you hang out with people of like-minded that want to do things similar to you and you just pause and watch the sunset? When you're on a summit like this, the people who are on the summit are like-minded people. This is a way to recharge your energy instead of just in your office, in your business, you keep going, 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 and you're not pausing and you're learning new things to recharge yourself. The other very important thing with high performance to have courage. And courage is a mastery of fear, to do things not in the absence of fear, but while you're fearful. I'm not asking you to run into a burning building and saving somebody. I'm I'm talking about courage when you have difficult decisions. Maybe you have an angry customer in the front pounding on the door because they want certain things. How do you deal with that? Maybe you wake up in the morning and you're stressed out because you got to go into the office and fire somebody. Maybe you just have two difficult decisions. Get a divorce, dissolve a partnership, move to a new place, move to a new state, move to a new country. These are all the things that would require you to have courage. Sometimes courage is just walking away. You don't need this baggage. You don't need to bring the guilt. You don't need to remember all the mistakes. You don't need all the negativity that people feed to you. Courage is to ignore all of that and move on. And a big part of high performance to have influence. And this is the part where I want to talk about authority positioning. Authority positioning is showing up as an expert. Where do you show up? How do you show up? What is your relevance to the audience? What kind of message are you bringing? What do you represent? What values do you represent? And what are your deliverables? So, for example, on the relevance to the audience, right? If you are an author, the audience that are relevant to you could be entrepreneurs. For me, because I work across industry, I could be talking about authority positioning to dentists. I could be talking about it to coaches. I could be talking about it to authors. But when I talk to each of those groups, I have to change my message and make sure that it's relevant to that particular audience. I share with you my speaker journey, which is part of courage, influence, and authority positioning. So several years ago, I wrote a book. It's called From Refugee to Renaissance Woman, and it chronologically described my journey, coming from Vietnam and arriving in the US and going through challenges and becoming a dentist. So after I wrote the book, my coach at that time, he said, you need to speak. And I said, I'm not going to speak. I'm a dentist. I don't want to be speaking. But he said, when you speak, you will be able to reach more people. People will learn about you, and then you can sell more books, right? And and for me, the drive was I want people to hear this message. I want people to know this journey, that wherever you are and you have challenges, you be able to overcome the challenges with the right mindset and with the right course of action. So I took courses to learn how to be a speaker. And I remember my first speaking engagement, it was at my friend's event. There were 20 people there, and I know four of them. So while I was speaking, I just kept looking only at the people I know. Because if I look at somebody else, I'm going to freak out. So I remember finishing that talk and all stressed out, all sweating. And I'm thinking, this is it. I'm done with this, right? Well, other friends who know about my story approached me and said, "Hey, we recommended you to do a TEDx talk in Walnut, California." So remember, I said you have to have that drive to share that message because you want to create that influence where you can get people to think bigger and similar to you. So I said, okay, I do want this you know this opportunity. So now I'm going to prepare myself to go and deliver it on a TEDx stage. And I was practicing with my kids and I was practicing in front of stuffed animals. So I would build up that courage so that I can go and deliver on the TEDx stage. And the reason I share with you this picture is honestly, when I first delivered the talk to my kids, they said, "Mom, your pronunciation is different, your enunciation is different, and your grammar is wrong." So I said, I'm discouraged. So now I'm gonna go and practice in front of this audience. Don't give up. Don't give up because there's criticism. Don't give up because somebody don't like you or don't trust you. Maybe you're not in front of the right audience. So my kids were not my right audience. This is my right audience where I can build up my confidence. And then I went and I delivered on TEDx. And that day when I delivered the talk, my kids were in the audience and they didn't say that my pronunciation is wrong. They had tears in their eyes. So from there, I went on. I have this drive to spread the message, to let people know that they can do better, that they can have the ambition that grow bigger. So I did, I hosted my own events, and then I got invited to speak in India, in Dubai. Got invited to be co-author with influencer like Dan Kennedy. I wrote a chapter called "How to Keep a Patient for 24 Years." This is back a couple of years ago. When you can leverage other people's influence, we call that the power of association. And you can be in front of their audience. So his audience are entrepreneurs. I want to be working with entrepreneurs. If I could write a chapter in his book and entrepreneurs read it, now I'm leveraging his audience. And then last year, I have the opportunity to be involved with a Vietnamese movie. And so I came in as an investor, and then I became an executive producer. And I also spoke two lines in the movie. So I tell people I couldn't practice my speaking skill. But from that opportunity, other opportunities follow. People start noticing me. I get on magazine covers, right? The story is the same. The story is about being driven to success. The story is about being a high performer. The story is about being an authority. But I'm on different media, right? I'm on magazine Top Doctor. I'm on the Hollywood Weekly magazine. I'm on the Inspiring Lives magazine. I was even invited to be on the Los Angeles Tribune Think and Grow Rich Summit. Um, Think and Grow Rich is a very famous book. Think and Grow Rich Summit is all about leadership, is all about understanding how to become successful. Now, if I can be on the summit, I'm leveraging the name of the brand. And in this case, there are two brands, the Think and Grow Rich brand and the Los Angeles Tribune brand. So when I'm coaching somebody, it's always about the strategy, right? If you want to be out there, what kind of brands can you be associated with? Because yes, you have your personal brand. That's something that you should always strive for. But to elevate your personal brand, it would be to associate yourself with certain brands. Now, when you're looking for brands, we're talking about media because media is already a brand that people recognize. So how can you leverage the media? And I will tell you right now, there is the general media, which in this case, I've been very blessed to be associated with all this media. I've been mentioned in Forbes, uh, in Medium, Yahoo Finance, specifically in my main industry as a dentist. Been on Dentistry Today, I've been on Dental Town, and for the entrepreneur marketing audience, I've been on the No BS magnetic marketing newsletter. The No BS brand is a very big brand and it's only relevant to people doing marketing. Or a lot of the people who do direct response marketing will know this brand. If you're not in it, you don't know. You don't even know, like, what is that, right? Going back to what I say, how relevant are you? So the No BS brand is where I wrote that chapter associated with the book with Dan Kennedy. So when you can leverage certain brands, whether it's by power of association or relevance, because this person is real relevant to direct response marketing and I can attach my name to him, that elevate me to the next level. Can I just create my own brand? Yes, it will probably take me 20 years. But if I'm affiliate myself with certain brands, uh, it just it just people can see me different because, as you all know, when you're in front of an audience, right? You gotta be special. You got something to say for people to put you in front of the audience. When you're writing a book, you gotta be an expert in something for you to write a whole book. If you're contributing a chapter in the book, you gotta be special too for people to be inviting you to contribute a chapter, right? So one of the thing I teach, and you can see it actually on my this way, yeah. The name of my company there, Exceptional Leverage, right? It's about leveraging. You don't have to do everything. What is the fastest way to get to where you want? And a lot of time is by leveraging. Now, I practice what I preach. So I was just talking about being in media. These two photos were taken in the past 2 days. I was in New York and I had the opportunity to pitch my brand, right, and what I do to 12 different media outlets. And I'll be real honest with you, when I'm coaching with my client and an opportunity like this come up, I would drag my client with me and say, hey, here's an opportunity to go in front of 12 media outlet. Last year, I actually had 3 people who came with me. This year, the schedule was a little bit different for them. They couldn't come. But if you're working with someone like me, right, who have the connections, who have the resources, all of a sudden opportunities just go knocking on your door. My job is to make sure that you're ready. My job is to make sure that you're a fit. And then my job is to push you, right, to do that. And I'm not pushing you on this virtual summit. Actually, I am. I'm encouraging you. I'm challenging you. You know what? Think bigger. Do more things. Commit. I want you to commit to yourself. Yeah, you don't need to commit to anybody. I want you to commit to yourself that this is what you need to do for yourself. That this time next year, this time in 6 months, whatever time frame that you want to give for yourself, commit to grow, right? To do better. And I know I work with a lot of business professionals, doctors, dentists, um, financial advisors. I work with the entrepreneurs, the brick and mortar. We all have that fear of failure. I have the fear of failure, just like everybody else, because sometimes it's whatever you're doing the thing for the first time. There's fear, and it's very justifiable. But if you have a mentor and somebody who can nudge you a little bit, who can see the potential in you that you don't even see in yourself, that's when you take the action step. Because you will always fear failure. And I got news for you. Everything you want is on the other side of fear, right? You got to overcome that fear to get to what you want. A lot of the people I work with, I tell them, if you want to be successful, you need to shrink the size of your butt, B-U-T. Okay. Why? Because you always give yourself that excuse. I want to do this, but I don't have time. I'm not ready. I want to achieve that, but I still have all these things to do. Well, remember back a little while ago, we were talking about clarity. If you say, this is what I'm after, this is my goal, this is the value, and this is how you get to fulfill that goal, that value, well, then forget the but, right? Because the but is just going to slow you down. And I understand you worry about it. It's your first time doing it. Maybe it's your second time, or maybe you tried before and you failed. Maybe you worked with a different person before and it didn't work. Don't worry. I got your back. Okay. I can help you. I've been through this. I'm doing this. And for me, everything is a little bit about speed, right? So if you make that decision and you say, you know what, I want to get better, I want to grow, I want to be on in media in the next 3 months, please talk to me, because I got friends who are always having those opportunity. It's more about, do we have the content? Do we have the proof? Do we have what we know to back us up? And then let's go out there and position ourselves as an authority. Let's be that ass kicker in your economy. Now, why do I say that it's your own economy? Well, you know what? You cannot be the economy for everybody else. Okay, who want to participate in the recession or the inflation or whatever it is that's going on around us? No, you want to create your own economy. If you serve an audience and you can be the authority to that audience, that is the only audience that you focus on. I have commercial real estate, and whenever people are worrying about this and that and how go up, down, interest rate, the commercial real estate I have is so that I don't have to worry about paying rent, right? It housed my dental office, and I have another tenant. If my goal is to have that as equity, I don't care about anything that's going on. The only time I care is when I'm selling it, right? So when you're real focused on what you want, what's important to you, it's just very easy to forget all the noise. And if you're easily distracted, which of course I'm easily distracted, just like everybody else, but when you're easily distracted, that's when you want a coach and a mentor to help you focus so you don't get easily distracted. So, my invitation for you in this virtual summit is, let's talk about it. Let's talk about you being an authority. You can text me your full name and your business name to this phone number. It's actually my cell phone, and we'll do a complimentary 29 minutes. I call that a work less, make more call. Why? Because I think that should be a goal for all of us entrepreneurs, right? People say work smarter, but guess what? If this is the way that you've always been doing things, unless somebody is nudging you to do it or somebody is showing you a different way, it's not like you can actually do faster, right? Or do it smarter. Sometimes it takes an outside perspective to look at that and to give you, okay, this, it could go like this, it could go like that. Then you'll be willing to change. So I would love to offer you the complimentary 29 minutes, work less, make more call. You can also download my business acceleration guide. Go to americandreamcoach.com. It's about 8 pages, and it tells you what I've done in the past 32 years to become successful in my definition, which again mean peace, right? Mean happy, mean able to leverage time, mean enjoying life. Whatever your definition is of success, I think following that guy, you will get there. Money, making more money, that's a metric, right? If you make more money this year, you can always make more money the next year. Think when you started your business, how much you made and where you are right now. It is more. So more or less is there's some relevance to it, but how are you as a person? Are you happier? Do you have more equity in your business? These are things that we want to look at to define our happiness. So that's what I have for you. I challenge you to grow. Go ahead and text me and let me know. We can connect, we can talk about this. I would love to help you become an authority, because remember, Emily started out as a refugee from Vietnam. Emily came to the United States with nothing. And now Emily's on major media. There's a journey, there's work, but it is very, very possible. So I thank you so much for having me on the summit. It's absolutely my honor. I hope everybody will take on my challenge, go out there, be more successful, be an authority, and may the floss be with you.